video, I talked about how negative reviews can actually increase your sales. But now comes the hard part, responding to negative reviews. Sometimes responding to negative reviews is harder than hearing it in the first place. The goal of your response is twofold. Number one, to possibly rectify a bad experience. And two, to show potential customers how you'd handle their situation if they too had a poor experience. You're going to have negative reviews. It's a fact. Here's how to respond to negative reviews without causing your store more trouble. In fact, it might actually turn a negative into a positive. Respond within 24 hours. Responding quickly shows that you're an active participant in your business, and it recognizes that if your customer cared enough to give you the feedback, you care enough to acknowledge that feedback. Remain positive. It's difficult to stay positive when you feel attacked. Do not attack them back. You are the one that will look bad. Even if they're berating you, still try to stay positive. Apologize. Even if it's not your fault and you didn't do anything wrong, apologize. Their experience is their experience, and you can't convince them otherwise. Acknowledging and apologizing with genuine sympathy can de-escalate an upset customer. A simple "I'm sorry" can go a long way. Offer to make it right. Again, even if it's not your fault, you may be able to turn a negative into a positive. Offer to replace the product, or contact them directly if they're upset about poor customer service. They may not accept the offer, but what's important is that another customer who sees the negative review sees how you handle the situation by going the extra mile. Avoid arguing the facts. They may have their own version of truth or perceived chain of events. Frankly, it doesn't matter. Arguing the facts only makes you look combative. You can speak briefly to their main concern to show you hear them and you care enough to give a genuine response instead of a templated version. This may be a good opportunity to share your company policy or typical experience as a way to combat a negative experience. We're usually recognized as having extraordinary support, and we sincerely regret that we didn't live up to those expectations. Keep it short. Again, it's easy for us to want to defend every single point because we want to show other folks that might see this negative review that the customer was wrong. Resist the urge to defend every point. You are not in a court of law and you do not have to prove your case. Most reasonable people can tell when it's a user issue or when it's a company issue. Saying anything else that could further upset the customer and respond with more negativity just keeps their blood boiling. Avoid asking any more questions or dragging the conversation on any further. Keeping your responses short and to the point is forever in your favor. If you're wondering if your Shopify or Squarespace store is set up to get you the best possible reviews, you may be interested in my website rescues. I've fixed stores so that it's focused on the customer's experience as a top priority.